welcome to my channel. My name's Dawn, I'm the Reclusive Crafter. Welcome to another Mish Mash Monday, and that's exactly what it's going to be today. I just wanted to share with you a few bits and pieces that I got for Christmas, which I'm really happy about. So if you're anything like me, I think most crafters never ever get to drink a hot cup of tea, and my other half very thoughtfully bought me a cup warmer so I can leave it for as long as I like. I can get engrossed in whatever I like and I'll still have a hot cup of tea to come back to, so that's just lovely. I also got this, which I was hoping I would get. It's the Nuvo glue gum press with some of the glue as well. I've not used it yet because I'm still using up other supplies at the moment, but I'm very excited about that. I've not actually used this glue before, but I understand it is a good glue, and yeah, I'm quite looking forward to making use of that one. I also got this little, well, I say little item, yeah, I'm not quite sure how I will go about using this. It's a little electrical knife cutter. I don't know if you can see that there. It's a little blade on it, and the idea being that it takes the strain out of fussy cutting. Now the only thing with this is I have very tiny hands. In fact, my family always call me dolly hands because they're always quite small and dumpy, and I did have little dimples in the back of each knuckle when I was a bit younger as well. Not so much now. Yeah, so my hands are actually quite small, and I do find that actually quite cumbersome. Again, I've not had the chance to use it yet, so I might be speaking unfairly, but I'm going to give this a try. It's called a Neo Blade ultrasonic cutting knife. I'm going to give that a try and see if it makes life any easier or not. I don't know. So I will come back to you with a review on that one at some point. But it comes with all different blades as well. There's all the shaped blades as well for whatever it is you're trying to do, and it can be used for all types of crafts as well, and it's obviously also got a USB port as well for recharging. It is a rechargeable knife, so I'm quite looking forward to having a go with that. I've not actually used it yet, but yeah, we will see what that's like. So that was that one. And I also got, which I'm very excited about, I also got this. It's a little light that I can pop outside my my craft room, so that when I am recording, my other half will know and he will know not to come in, which is great. It's not plugged in at the moment, so I can't turn it on to show you, but that will go outside my room. It is also battery operated as well as a plug-in, so I can use it on battery as well. So that's really exciting. I think that is so cute, and that was so thoughtful. And you can also change the sign as well if you want to. But that's really exciting. So I've got my own little recording studio now. That's fabulous. So I love that. And that was, I got lots of other bits and pieces as well, but those were the main things that I wanted to share with you, so that you could have a look at my little Christmas haul that I got, which was lovely. What I do want to do as well today is give you an update on the Ephemera journal, or Ephemera folder that I put together on Saturday. And as you, if any of you have actually seen the video, you'll know that I completed the actual folder itself, got the labels on, and I put the first page of Ephemera in. Now then, when I did the first page of Ephemera, or the first page of pockets I should say, I just stuck these little pieces of tracing paper down as they were. But as I went along, I found actually there was a better way to do that, to give it a little bit more strength, and I really wanted to just talk you through that today, so that if you decide to make one of these for yourself, you can kind of avoid the learning process and go straight on before you actually make a start. So one thing I did find was, if you just fold over the edge of the piece of tracing paper, or whatever it is you're using, if you're using something a little bit more sturdier than tracing paper, then you could probably avoid this anyway. For instance, if you were using something like acetate, you could probably avoid this particular process. But I found just folding over just about 1/4 of an inch at the top. So what I did was I ended up cutting the pockets a little bit bigger than I wanted them, folding over the top like so, and then just gluing that piece down. That gave the edge where you're putting things in a little bit more stability, and a little bit more rigidity to make it a little bit longer lasting. What I also did was, once I'd actually stuck the pockets in, I did mention this on the previous video and said that you could perhaps put some washi tape on. I actually decided to go ahead and do that. I still haven't finished this folder yet. It is still a work in progress, but I did put some washi tape on the bottom of the pocket, and I also put a thinner strip just along the top. Now the reason for that is because this is quite clear. If I put it on there, look, you can see once it's actually on the page, it's really difficult to see. By putting a strip of washi tape at the top of the pocket, it identifies very clearly where the top of that pocket is, so that you're not fiddling around trying to find the top of the pocket all the time. And the reason for the little strip at the bottom of the pocket is so that with you pushing ephemera in and out all of the time, I would imagine that the base of the pocket will become a little bit more weakened over time, and the washi tape just again gives that little bit of stability to the pocket, and gives it a bit of a longer life shelf, if you like. Shelf life. So yeah, that was the reason for that. And whilst it is quite laborious to go through and do that, I did feel that it added a lot more rigidity to the pockets. It also looks pretty as well. It's nice when you're using these things all day. Prettiness when it's just for you doesn't really matter that much, but actually it's quite nice to have a little bit of colour and decoration in your life. So that's what I did with those. And like I say, this is still a work in progress. I haven't finished this by any stretch of the imagination. And the other thing I found as well was that some of the pages are not, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to find my pages. I don't know what I've done with them, I'm not going to lie. They're around somewhere, but some of the pages didn't need backing front and back because they didn't have any writing on the back. So I've saved myself a bit of time there, and all I've done is I've just covered over the one side rather than both sides. So that was a bit of a saving. I'm still yet to make my mind up as to whether or not I want to put pockets on the back side of the page. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that at the moment. I think I probably might, given time, but that might be another little development perhaps at a later date. So that's where we're at with that. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on that. If you were thinking of making yourself an ephemera folder, just a couple of little extra tips there. That might help you make it a little bit more successful on your first run, rather than actually doing things and then thinking, okay, I'd like to tweak that a little bit. So those were the little bit of extras that I did there. So that's that. And it really is a Mish Mash Monday. I'm going to just tuck those in there so I don't lose them. And the next part of this video is going to be, I'm going to be doing a little bit of the Georgian Romance novel. So novel? It's not a novel at all. I'm going to be doing a little bit of the Georgian Romance journal, and I'm just going to get myself set up for that, and then I will be back again. So bear with me. Okay, so I've got myself all tidied up, and I've done a little bit on my journal. I've gone for a hardback journal, and I've popped the signature in. So I've got the signature now how I want it. Just a little bit of explanation about putting a folder together. You cut out the pieces that you need. So for instance, this is an A4 size signature, and I've cut 2 6.5 by 9.25 sheets, and then the spine, I've done this slightly bigger than you would normally do it because I want plenty of room in it. I've done the spine at 1.5 inches, and obviously it's 9.25 in depth. I've also done the invisible sewing as well. So although this is actually sewn in, what I've done is I've cut a separate piece of card and I've stuck that inside. So I've attached the signature to the cardstock, and then I've sealed that down with 300 GSM cardstock in black, and gone through the process of really blending in the seams so that it hugs nice and tightly, so that you've got that really, really tight finish there. But what it does give you is it gives you an invisible spine, so that you haven't got the cottons or thread that you use to bind your signature in on show. Now some people like that, some people like to see the threads. I prefer a nice clean spine, and what I will do when I'm finishing this off is I will cover that with something out of the digital collection, so that you won't see that at all you'll see is a little black edging. I'm just going to finish this section of it off with you guys so that you can see what I'm doing, and I've already cut the lengths that I want for the edges, and I'm just hoping that I'm going to be able to get this on without too much effort. Sometimes it goes really well, other times it doesn't, so yeah, bear with me. This fabric tape is nice to work with and it does the job really well. You just need to be a little bit patient with it. I try and line it up to a line on the mat if I can, and that gives me a basis to work with. Trying to get your fingers off it once they're stuck down though is entertaining. Just takes a little bit of, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to very carefully try and get that about midway. Not that it makes a huge amount of difference, because obviously the cover's going to be covered up as well. Okay, make sure you get your spine in. Okay, and then just make sure that you can fold your cover over like that. Okay, and now I'm just going to mitre the edges. I'm not going all the way to the edge of the journal. I'm going to turn that round and mitre this one. And again, you just go across, sorry if my head's in the shot there, you just go across just slightly, like I say, not right up to the corner, but I guess almost about 1 millimetre away, and then turn it and edge it round like that, so that you haven't got it straight across, but you've got it at an angle. And then fold it over slightly so that you're getting your edges on the edge of your hair there. Let me just see if I can get that. I'm not going to get that hair out, it's not going to show. Okay, and then we want to bring that up. It needs to be relatively tight, but don't pull the tape too much. It should gently just ease over, making sure that you get all your little air bubbles and things out. And then if you have a bone folder to hand, you can ease that into the joint. And again on this side, ease that into the joint there, folding over. I mean, ideally it's a lot easier to do this if the signature isn't in situ, but I wanted it to be an invisible spine, and I couldn't do that without putting the signature in first. Okay, and then bring that up like so. Just tuck that in just very slightly, just edge that in and bring that across. Okay, that's not ideal. I've just got a little bit of the corner showing there, so I'm just going to bring that over a little bit tighter. There we go. And then when the paper comes across that, you won't see this bit anyway, because the paper or whatever you decorate it with will probably come below there, so that'll keep that nice. And again, this one here, just tuck that little corner in like that, and then bring this one, just make sure you can see what I'm doing, bring that one over like that. There we go. Okay, so that's that one done. Relatively easy. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Take the backing strip off, just move the journal out of the way, and again just try and pop it down. Like I say, if you've got a mat with the guidelines on, it does help to use it a little bit. Like I say, just getting your fingers off of the tape once you've popped it in place is a little bit challenging because it is very sticky. And again, bringing the journal cover over about midway again. And when you're happy that you've got that where you want it, press it down. There we go. Lovely. And again, pull up so that you get in the crease in the right place, like so. Just make sure that all closes up as it should do. That looks lovely, very happy with that. And again, just going to mitre the corners. Just going to leave a little bit more of a gap this time. I wasn't happy with the fact that I could see, oops, I'm stuck to it. Wasn't happy with the fact that I could actually see the corner. And I'm going to fold that in. I'll show you what I'm doing with it. Turn this side round, mitre the corner again. Coming across. Turn slightly and out. There we go. I think that'll give me a bit of a better finish. And now, again, pick your folder up, bring it across, just helps the edges to come over. Right, this is going to be interesting because I think this one's a little bit further over. I just need to get that tucked under, use my metal ruler I think. Just need to get that tucked under the journal or the signature itself without it getting stuck. There we go, that's got it. Perfect. Okay. And then fold over and fold over this side. Bone fold of the seams, making sure that they're in there very nicely, like so. And then this one, scooch that into place. And scooch that into place. We've got a nice take there. And then the edge, push in the corner bit slightly and bring that across. And then you've got a nice edge finish there. Just squash that down a little bit. There we go. Nice edge finish there. And it's again, same again here. Just push in the little corner bit. Bring that up and over. And we've got a nice neat corner edge there. Okay. The other thing that you can do with corners as well, which I think finishes them off nicely, you can get the little metal corner edges. Now I have got some of those. I might be using it on this journal actually, because I do think they are very pretty. And now all I need to do is these edge pieces. Now then, the edge pieces, I don't really think... Do I want to mite these ones? I don't think I will actually. I think I'm just going to bring that across. If I'd have thought about it before I stuck all that down, I should have stuck all the edges on first and then done the mitering, which might have been a little bit better. But it doesn't really make too much odds. Again, these backings can be a little bit tricky to get off, but once they're off, they slide off very simply. And again, I'm just going to line this up on one of the lines. Try not to get too stuck to it. The trick is not to put too much of yourself onto it. There we go, and then just scooch it into place. There we are. Okay, and then again, when you're happy with where you want it, pop it down. Ooh. Fold it over and bring it up and over. There we go. That's that one done. And that's that one done. And this bit of card, by the way, this was an old scrapbook. If my granddaughter is watching this video, she'll be mortified because it was a Hogwarts Harry Potter scrapbook, which I used the paper for something else. I'm now utilising the card stock that was the actual folder bit of the scrapbook. So she'll be mortified that I've destroyed that, but again, it was just stock sitting in my stash that needed to be made use of. And it's a really good quality cardstock, so ideal for journals as well. Oh, nearly threw the wrong bit away then. I want that bit. Oh, let's pop that in there. And again, let me just get that out of the way while I get this lined up. Lining up on the line. Get myself unstuck. Come on, get off. There we go. Okay, just lining that up like that. And then getting that about midway. I didn't cut that, did I? Let me just trim that off a little bit, because otherwise it's going to be longer than I want. I'm going to have to unstick myself again. Okay. Right. Oh, I don't want that rubbish in there, do I? Get out. Okay, that'll do. Right then, let's get myself unstuck again. It's a little bit fiddly. Personally, I think it's absolutely worth doing. There we go. And again, bring yourself over about midway. When you're happy that you've got it where you want it, place it down, give it a good firm press, and fold it over. There we go. Let's just come over there slightly. I just want to trim that off just a little bit. There we go. And that's come over there as well. I'm just going to trim that a little bit as well. That's it. Right then, and there we have it. So what I will, I haven't decided on the closure that I want yet, so I'm not going to go any further on the, look at this, it gets all stuck on everywhere. I'm not going to go any further on the folded just yet, because like I say, I'm not sure about the closure that I want to do. This is actually going to be quite a basic journal in that it's not hybrid. It's not going to be a hybrid journal, so there's not going to be lots of flips and flaps and tucks or anything else on the cover itself. It's going to be a traditional journal, but then what I'm going to be doing with it after hopefully will be a nice surprise for you all, and it'll just make it a little bit more special than just the basic journal. So there we go, that's that. That's all now ready for decorating. The inside is all ready for decorating, and now I'm in a position where I can start popping things into the signature itself if I want to. What I might do is just give the folder just a little bit more thought. I kind of know what I want to do, but working out how I'm going to make it work is another thing. And once I've worked that out, I'll come back and let you know. So I hope you like what I've done up till now. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd love to have you on board. Give me a thumbs up. Make a comment if you want to as well. And I will see you all again on No Waste Wednesday. So take care, guys. Have a good start to the week, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.